217 Recovery Podcast. It is Sunday, August 4th, 2019. My name, Corey Winfield. Joining me once again tonight, Ryan Beckman. Man. Two N's, twice the man. Man. Interesting day today, Ryan.
Yes, Ambassador?
Man, it was very... What?
Yes, Ambassador?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that's right, Ambassador. Very interesting day, man, on, as the kids call it now, on social, bro. On social.
What do they call it?
Social, I think.
I don't.
On social?
No, I don't.
The tweets and the gramming.
Oh, I don't tweet, and I have an Instagram, but I don't actually ever use it.
This is actually on Facebook. But no, I had
I do that.
A friend leave a very nice comment about 217 Recovery, which is very cool, but I think he's in kind of a dark place and uncomfortable place, and I'm not judging him. I've been there many times, like I said, but I don't know what he's going through. I just know that deep down he knows that it does get better, and the only people that really matter in his life, they worry about him, and they're not judging him. They're not like, oh, here we go again. And if they are, well, they need to kind of chill out a little bit, because it takes what it takes until we can get it right. I'm in recovery, and this time it feels right, and I'm doing things a lot different this time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not just going to AA meetings and working the steps, and that works for some people. There's multiple pathways. There's different things that work for different people. But until you can find that and get that out. But I just, asked him if he was okay, if he needed someone to talk to, and trying to be here to listen. Sometimes that's all we want to do is just get it out. And I remember from my experience of having a relapse, and whether it be a girlfriend or just the electrics due, and I don't have the money for it. What am I going to do? I'm too proud to ask my parents or my friends, hey man, can I borrow $50? You know what? I got $48. That's not enough to pay the electric company. I'm just going to go drink it up. That's how I would run from problems.
I hear you there.
If I would have just called the electric company and said, hey, can you work with me? They might have. But those times where I was dead ass broke, and I was like, oh, I'll run with my food stamp card down to the store so I can buy a bunch of pop, so I can take it back, so I can go get a half pint and stop my shakes. But I wouldn't do that for my electric bill. Those were things that I just didn't know how to deal with, and I didn't like feeling uncomfortable whether I had power or not. If I could escape the reality of life and the situation, then that's what I chose to do, because that's all I knew. And until you sit down, take a deep breath, and realize, okay, I got to face this. Now, there's only one that can do it is me. And, for him, it's probably maybe the same thing. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know what he's going through, but I know that feeling of disappointment and despair, and I'm sure you do too.
I've been there.
It sucks, man. And there's no I'm sorry's you can say. I remember one time I looked at my stepdad, I couldn't even talk. I just started crying, man. Because, and he knew, like, at that point, they went from being at first not understanding to being just pissed off to just a look of, I wish I could do something for you, man, but you're going to have to do this one on your own. It was a cycle for them, too. They were learning along the way. Family members and friends and loved ones, they learn along the way, too,
Yeah.
Most of them don't know how to deal with this either. And
I think my sisters are just kind of confused, a little angry, but just worried a lot. My sister now says she can sleep a lot better.
Yeah,
knowing I'm in a good place,
and that makes you smile. That makes you feel good, and that is the feeling that we're looking for, man. That's the good feeling.
Yeah, you gotta have inner peace and quietness, serenity, as they say, all that good stuff.
And I'll get back on this topic here in a minute, but I just wanted to break off and say that I was feeling I was filling out stuff for the grants that I'm going to apply for, and one of them was like, oh, definition of recovery, there's no set definition, and blah, blah, blah. And I started just thinking about it, and then I stopped everything just to think about it, and I was thinking about it for quite a long time. I mean, the true definition of recovery, there is no true definition because it's different for everybody, but the feeling, you can describe the feeling of recovery, and for me, it was to be inspired, to feel important, and not really important, but to feel like I mattered, to feel like, hey, my life does matter. It matters to my sister, it matters to my mom, it matters to you, Rad Dad, you know, it matters to my nephews. You know, I matter to people. And until I could get that through my brain, like, I didn't care. Like, I wanted to just kind of drink myself away.
Me too.
Because I didn't care. I don't have any kids, never been married. You know, look at me. You know what? I'm better than that.
Same deal. No kids, no. It's like, it just doesn't matter. Shouldn't matter to nobody else.
Nobody's going to miss me. And then once you start drinking, of course, alcohol is a depressant, so right back down. I mean, it takes you even further. So it's nice to sit here with you, man, and just smile and think about the things that we've done so far and people that have told us, hey, I love listening to you guys. You guys have helped me out so much. That helps us keep going, too. And that happened today, too. Another person sent me a message and said I was a real motivator. And I'm like, okay, maybe at the ice cream shop.
You are my sunshine, Corey Winfield.
But that's cool, man. And remember at the ambassador training, Ambassador Beckman?
Yes.
When they played that video, which was pretty cool, about what a true leader is and how he kind of gets out there, but then everybody else, and the number two actually gets everybody going, and he's the number two. And
you got to back up your number 2 and 3. And
And like,
true leader can.
When Chris earlier today posted, you know, like, hey, you know, 217 recovery, it's been, you know, people talking about it, and, you know, it's real, you know, I'm telling you, I know Corey Winfield personally, you know, and he's about it, you know, and I was just like, that's pretty kick-ass. And I was like, man, that's kind of what was going on there, you know, like, I don't know if I inspired Chris, I don't know, but apparently he was thinking about 217 today and decided to share that, and that's awesome, Chris.
Yeah,
Appreciate
awesome.
that, man.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, bro. But, so, and then, okay, first let me ask you, what would you do? You're sitting at work at your very stressful job on a Sunday, not doing grant stuff. Not looking up grants and stuff. Not looking at fantasy football.
I'm doing your job. I'm in your work position. Okay.
And your boss is there hanging out, being cool, and kids came by. His kids are cool as hell, man. But anyway, off that subject, somebody hits you up on Facebook, and they're like, hey, MFer, what's up? And you're like, who's this? Like, you don't even know the person. And they say, now that I'm out of the system, how about you give me some... Damn.
Is it a guy, girl?
Girl. How about you give me some...
Some of that sugar?
No. No, it was... I don't know the name of maybe I don't know. Drugs. I think it was meth. Why don't you give me some whatever? And I was like, huh? And I didn't... Well, I mean, what would you do?
You don't really know who the person is, and you're not a meth dealer.
Nope, never have been.
I don't know, but I don't know what I would do. I mean, ignore it. Somebody tagged me in something, and I don't know, it was, some guy was on a relapse and doing some, going to get messed up and all this stuff, and I got tagged in it, and I was just like, what the?
Like,
that's the same kind of confusion situation. Like, where are you coming from? Who are you? What?
Yeah. Well,
I don't even barely know the guy. It's just a local guy here or something. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably met him a couple times at a meeting or something, you know, and then I was like, how are you getting me associated with you and your tumultuous, treacherous
like,
bull crap?
How messed up are you, bruh?
Yeah. Well, I removed the tag, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have just ignored the message.
You would just ignored it.
block them maybe. I guess I didn't block that guy, but it's like, come on, man.
Well, I got that message today. I was at work, and it was almost before I went home, and it was like, "Hey, what about you?" and blah blah blah, and what you score. Now that I'm out of the system, I can score some stuff. So how about I come over in 20 minutes? And that's what I did. I was just like, well, she clearly has the wrong person here. And then, bloom, a couple minutes later, hey, MFer, I'm talking to you. And I was like, what do you want, or something like that. She's like, you know what I want? Just a gram. And I was like,
she probably thought you were somebody else.
Oh, clearly.
Honestly.
But then she was like, hey, I heard you got married. And I was like, to who? And she was like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But she was calling me Corey. So apparently somebody in, I would assume, Southwest Michigan named Corey deleted his Facebook. I don't know. I was the only Corey. I don't know how messed up she was already, but... So then I was like, this will be funny. I was like, well, what you going to do? You know, she's like, what do you mean? I'm going to come bring you money. And I was like,
stop by.
What else you going to do? You know, but then I didn't go that far with it. I was just like, okay. And then she's like, how much is it? A gram, you know? And I was like, $70. And she was like, oh, please, you know, or something like that. And I was like, nope, for real. And then she just kept on and on. By this time, I mean, it's been going on for like an hour. And she's like, well, I'm on my way over to your house. Or when can you get to my house? I can't leave. And so-and-so's at something around the corner on his motorcycle. I was like, I'm so confused right now. But then anyway, I know. I was like, what? So then I decided I was going to send her a link. Well, first, actually, truthfully, I was like, man, I should probably...
217 or up?
Tell somebody. Yeah, I did. But at first I was like, man, I should look at her friends and see if I know any of them and maybe kind of say, hey, you need to go check on your friend. But then I thought, you know what? What's that going to do?
Yeah, I know.
And
that may be too deep.
You know, what are they going to do? Call the cops? Am I going to call the cops? No, because jail does absolutely nothing. I've been over that a million times. You know, she just needs some kind of help. So I sent her a link to our podcast, and she was like, "Are you effing kidding me?" She was like, "I'm trying to score, and you're going to send me a recovery link." You know, so I was like, "Well, I guess I need to send her another one." So then I went to 217recovery.com, and then I found the resources page. I sent that to her with like a bunch of like rehabs that she could go check into right now.
No, obviously God put me in your life for a reason.
I almost said that, and I was like, you know, there's nothing I can do. And I told her what I've heard a million times, maybe you have too. You know, I was like, jail, institutions, or death is how this ends. I was like, life is really good being, you know, or it really does feel good to be alive. And then she wrote back, it really does feel good to be alive. But I think at that time she had caught on to, oops, wrong Corey.
Yeah.
I don't know, but hey, I wish her the best. I really do. But
that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. And then like on her Facebook page, like she had a picture of her daughter as her picture, you know, behind her. And you know, most people probably would have attacked that too, like, don't you straighten up for your kid, you know? Yeah, but I didn't. There's no point of like trying to beat people down. And you know, like I said,
I like the reach out though. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, a little 217 action, you know. And, hey, who knows? You know, it's not up to me to save the world.
Well, and maybe one day when she does need it, it'll be there for her.
Yeah, and like everything does happen for a reason, and maybe her reasons. Maybe she's still got to go down that road. I mean, my road was long and hard, and it was a freaking beatdown, man.
Yeah, well, that's what happens typically.
Yeah, and maybe she's not there yet, but like you said, you know, you hit it perfect. Kind of like you hit your finger with a hammer the other day.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfectly. But no, I mean, maybe down the road, she's going to maybe remember, oh, wait, what was that? You know, and I was friends with that dude, and maybe I should listen. Maybe there is something on the website that can help me out.
Oh, they're talking about me right now.
Oh, my God.
I'm famous.
They're all going to know. Like tweaking. Yeah, they're going to know. They're coming for you. Look outside right now.
People are on their way.
Look outside. We're really freaking people out. Did you hear that?
Look out the window.
Is that the police? Did you hear that? Oh, my God, they're coming for you. They're coming. Wait. people, they're laughing.